Welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Shark. Join us as we dive deep into discussions about business, accounting, and finance to help you build a business that thrives. Now sit back and have a bite with your host, the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa.
Well, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to a new edition of Lunch with the Shark. I am your host, Vidal, the Shark CFO of Espinosa. And as you can hear, I'm actually transmitting live. We are in San Diego today. We are out and about. We actually had to, my phone is having some technical difficulties. Let's look at this. Let's see. There it is. We actually have to be out and about. We are taking our precautions. As you know, we are Disney geeks, and my muscle, as I called our face covers, all my muscles are Disney ones. So we're taking a lot of precautions. We actually had to bring my mom to a doctor. She had surgery a couple of months ago, actually October 28th, and we brought her to one of her last appointments from her her doctor, and she's doing really good. And at the same time, we actually had been blessed with the opportunity of having my mom vaccinated for COVID-19. She's high risk. She's over 75. Well, no, not really. She's not over 75, but she's high risk. And so we're taking her to get vaccinated. I'm going to get vaccinated as well, same as Jeff and everybody in our household, because we're precaution for my mom. I actually don't. I hope it works. I hope it's good, but I don't know. I have my questions, right? That's my belief. And as you know, tomorrow in the U.S., a new president will be announced. Not really announced, but a new administration at noon, Washington, D.C. time, Eastern Standard Time. He was going to be sworn in, the new administration, the 46th administration. And for the past few days, there's been a deployment of over 30,000 National Guard men setting up walls around the Capitol with checkpoints, firearms, fully automated assault rifles, Humvees, guns on the roof. You would probably think that they're preparing for war. And they're preparing for any possible insurrection versus this new administration. In 2017, when Trump was inaugurated, there were only 5,000 troops deployed. At that time, that was just craziness to think, wow, do we really need 5,000 troops deployed overseeing a presidential transition? Regardless of your opinion of Trump, you cannot believe this is good trajectory. You should be concerned. And I am not only talking about U.S. residents, citizens, and anybody that is in America. 2020 was a wild year, but 2021 has told 2020, hold my beer, or what we say in Mexico, quítate que ahí te voy. If you aren't thinking about a plan B yet, you should be thinking about it. In general, we must be prepared for whatever this future it's coming or sending us our way. Yesterday's planning, it's not today's or tomorrow's possibility. If you still have not planned for whatever the new administration it's bringing us in regulations, taxes, we are already behind. We are already losing over our competitors. We are losing over other countries. We are not ready. We have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. I hope that there's a lot of uh, peaceful demonstrations. I hope that every demonstration out there in favor of the outgoing administration, in favor of the incoming administration, opposing the outgoing administration, opposing the incoming administration, whatever it is. I hope it's a peaceful demonstration. I hope it's a peaceful transition. I hope that there's peace because it benefits us all. I hope that this new administration, like every new administration, incoming administration, their objective of uniting the nation should be a priority, not bringing down whatever the prior administration did. The sole fact that the incoming administration has said, oh, I'm going to bring this policy down, this policy down, this policy down, this policy down, whatever you believe is, you should see it as a retrograde mentality. So you're telling me that for the last 4 years, the last 8 years, the last 12 years, nothing that my predecessor did, it's right? So we're going to lose that year. We're going to lose those years. Whatever we should do is we should correct the path. We should correct our path, not erase it and then start from zero. Correct the path. But I don't think that eliminating policies would be the proper path. Amend them. Don't eliminate them from the scratch. Because it's like, I see San Diego and there's no restaurant open. Zero. And there's no restaurant open because, yes, I know there's a pandemic. There's a global pandemic. There's a virus that it's killing 2% of the people who contract it. And those restaurants took measurements 2 months ago, 3 months ago, based on what the government asked them to do. Oh, prepare for opening your restaurants at 25% capacity, opening your indoor dining, opening your outdoor dining. They invested money. And then from one day to the other, they said, oh, you know what? No, scratch that. Let's go back to the drawing board, shut down. You cannot operate. But I already invested that. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're not going to operate. You cannot do that. You cannot play with humans, citizens, that way. Yes, you are in power. Yes, you have control. Yes, but have you ever thought about, well, the governor or the president or the congresswoman or the congressman or the senators or the state council, they're still getting their paychecks. They have not declared bankruptcy or they have not declared unemployment. It's very easy for them to just do yes, no, yes, no. And what about the citizens that have invested so much money in their business, in protecting or covering their employees? I just read today that a restaurant group here in California, they have 5-6 restaurants, and they are shutting down temporarily. That's what they say, and I hope they don't close forever, because they saw their revenue drop to 5% compared to last year. 5%. So they're getting $5 for every $100 that they used to get in revenue. How can they support an operation? They went from 650 employees to 20 employees. And now, 0 employees. They shut down. They shut down operations. It's not possible. All of a sudden, every single governor, it's saying, let's open, let's focus on the economy, let's focus on the economy. All of a sudden, we should have focused on the economy at the same time, parallel, focusing on the solution of COVID. Not just all of a sudden. Let's think about that. I'm not saying that whatever Mexico is doing, because Mexico it's fully open to a degree, it's right. I'm not saying that shutting down businesses 100% is wrong. Everything it's on us. We are responsible for our own actions. We must be held accountable individually. If you want to go and visit your parents after you have gone out dining and out and about and they get sick, it's not because the government didn't provide them with a vaccine. It's not because they didn't provided them with something. It's not because of the government. It's because of your lack of responsibility. It's because of your own actions. You are accountable for that. What happened to this Mexican composer and singer? He went and celebrated his birthday. He contracted COVID. He died. His family recognizes it. So it's on us. And like it's on us, whether you are a solopreneur, a freelancer, an entrepreneur, a startup, a growing business, having right systems and tools in place can help you efficiently and effectively run your business. We spoke about that yesterday, and we're going to continue about this. And a system or a generalized system or a tradition or a custom of writing off or eliminating predecessor administrations, it's a system. That it works? I don't think so. Would you do that in your business? Oh, do you know what? Let me scrap everything that my previous CFO did or my previous CEO did because I don't like it, and I'm going to implement my own new rules, systems, and regulations. No, if they work, tweak them. Version 2, version 3. How many times your cell phone updates? They don't scrap and they call you and say, you know what? We're going to eliminate for completely your operating system and give you a new one. They don't do that. Poor management has led to failure at countless small businesses. Make sure you have the right tools and systems to build a successful long-term business empire. Always have that in mind. Think about the long run. And we spoke about this several weeks ago when we were talking about planning, goal setting. Don't set systems that are going to correct just for the temporary. We're heading into the tax season. You think I have systems in place in our firm just to handle 2020 tax season? No, I don't. We have systems in place that have been with us in our office for years. That we tweak them every year? Yes, we do. Based on what we learned from the previous tax season. This year, we're just going to send 2 emails, not 3. Because what we've learned is that it's too much information. It gets confusing. And plain and simple, bullet points, vital information, information that all our clients have requested, or the majority of them. They just want to know the basics. They don't need to know how to do their tax returns, nor how it was prepared, and it's not necessary. Make sure you have the right tools and systems in place for a long-term business empire. I don't think you started your business saying, you know what, I'm just going to be in this for a couple of years. I don't need it. I think you started your business with the mindset and or the wish and or the hope and or the goal of creating an empire, handing it down generation after generation. Oh, my kids are going to handle this. My grandkids are going to take it over, and so forth. I think that every business owner starts their business with that mentality. Carry it on. Keep it. The first system that I'm going to say you must have in place, it's accounting and bookkeeping. The core of your business financial system is your bookkeeping and accounting. There's two different things. I've already explained it. Okay, so there's two different things, two different systems, two different procedures. This systems tracks every dollar your business makes and spends. So it is important to have one system that it's feature filed and efficiently to use. That facilitates the work to your accounting office. Either it's external or internal, right? But at the same time, it facilitates them, either your team member or your external accounting firm, it facilitates them the providing you financial reporting that it's accurate, that it's easy for you to digest. Numbers are different than letters. Numbers, they just tell you a value. But behind that value, there's a story. Behind that story, it's every transaction that was done to accumulate that value. Now, you are and you have to be focused on the growth of the company, not on how those numbers came to be. That's for your accountant, not your bookkeeper, your accountant, your controller, your CFO to tell you if you ask. Your accountant, your accountant, your CFO, your controller must tell you the accurate numbers or the numbers that are going to help you, the CEO, the entrepreneur, make decisions to grow that business. You have many options out there to choose from to carry a good system, good processes for accounting, good practices. I'm going to give you a true case scenario. We just created a company, a structure for a real estate investors, and they're flipping properties. They're buying and selling. They're buying, remodeling, and selling them, right? And they already started with their first transaction. And their first transaction, it's just starting. It's 2 weeks in the works, and they already wanted it to start mixing their personal account with their personal credit cards to get miles. Listen to this mentality, because what they're going to do is they're going to pay for all the remodel with their American Express to get additional miles, and then they were going to pay themselves. And you know what that creates? That creates commingling of funds, convoluting personal and business expenses. And in case of an audit, that opens the door to the IRS and saying, oh, so you reimburse yourself this expenses. So do you know what? I want you to provide me your American Express bills, statements, and receipts. And then the IRS is going to see that your American Express bill is $100,000, just for example, a month. And then they're going to go and look at your tax return, and your income, it's $50,000 a year. Huh, interesting. Guess what? It's going to take them more time to walk from their office to their computer than for you to get a letter saying that they're going to audit you personally. The next system that you must have in place, it's payroll. If your business earns more than about $40,000 per year, that's in revenue, you should be paying yourself a regular paycheck. But I'm a solopreneur. Yes, you can create an LLC, tax it as S corporation, you get a payroll, and then the difference, whatever's left, You get it through a K-1, Social Security, Medicare, FICA, self-employment free, tax-free, and there it is. I gave you a very, very common structure, but you just need to know. Now, you need systems in place, okay? So you get a regular paycheck, not simply owner draws. Owner draws are taxed a lot. Even if you have a corporation, you get owner draws, those are dividends, taxed with capital gains. Whether you pay yourself only through owner draws, 100% of your take-home income would be taxed as self-employment. Tax bracket plus self-employment tax 15.3. And that's only for federal purposes. You need to consider if you live in California. That's an expensive tax that you may be able to reduce by taking advantage of a quality payroll system. If you pay yourself a regular paycheck, only that income is subject to self-employment tax, FICA. The company pays 50%, you pay 50%. You take more home. Yes, but it's costing my company. Yes, whether your company pays it or you pays it, for you it's not deductible. You get an adjustment, but it's not deductible. For the company it is. It's a deductible expense. Your payroll system should be easy to use and easily integrated with your accounting system. That's to ease. That's to merge. That's to get a marriage of systems, right? And on top of your payroll system is going to have an HR module. You must have a system for invoicing. Oh, I'm going to send you my invoice by email. You should receive it. I hate it when people do that and I get their invoice in Word or in Excel that I can edit. Why would I be able to edit your own invoices? You're sending me information that I can use if I was dishonest. Never send an invoice on editable version. Send it in PDF. Invoicing is your last step before you get paid. And it is very common that whenever you want to get paid, you send the invoice and can you send me payment tomorrow? Really? Do you do that also with your vendors? Do you send them payment immediately as soon as you get their invoice and they call you, hey, can you send me payment? I'm going to send you my invoice right now. Can you send payment right now? It doesn't work like that. That's poor system. That's poor invoicing system. Could mean not getting paid for your services that you perform. For me, if I get an invoice on PDF, on Excel sheet, or in a Word document, I'll respond to you within 24, 48 hours and say, you know what, I received your invoice. Please send it to me on a PDF format. And then I have to review whether you have submitted all the proper documentation for your file, your W-8 or your W-9, your contract, everything is agreed, everything is signed. And we don't do this all the time, but we do it once every time we onboard a new vendor. That's a system in place, right? You have many options for your invoicing, including some systems built into your payroll or some systems that are already built into your accounting system, right? Also, there's a system that invoicing that you can accept the payments directly from that invoicing system. We use internally Bill.com. That's a great system. Story. When we send payments through any electronic service provider, whether it's PayPal, Gusto, Bill.com, whatever system it is that we utilize for sending payments, even a wire transfer, the money, it's taken out of our bank accounts that night when we program the payment. Now, us have no control on when your financial institution, the receiving institution, gets the funds and puts them in the vendor's bank account. And when the bank releases those funds, it's for you to plan accordingly. And we had a case recently, last week, where we sent payment on December 31st. Payment was due on or before January 5th, right? The person got their money on January 6th. The money left December 31st. Therefore, payment is considered paid on December 31st. That person has the receipt. They have the acknowledgement from the bank that the bank sent them the money on December 31st. She did not plan accordingly, and nor considered that January 1st, it's a worldwide holiday as New Year's. There's no financial institution globally. Due to lack of systems, lack of planning, she could not use the money until the 7th. Not because of us, but because of her financial institution. She got the money on January 6th. The money was not released due to her credit, due to her bank account management. A couple days later, there was a hold placed on it. Our problem? No. We have no control over the way that our vendors manage their own finances or how their credit is. Another system that you must be fully aware is task management. There's a lot of things that you must do over the day. As a busy entrepreneur, I imagine you are, keeping everything straight can be a serious challenge. To-do list. You don't need a software for this. It's convenient. You don't need an app for this. It's recommended. A simple to-do list with a little check marks at the side. Done, pending, blah, 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 blah. That task list should be in the following order. Do everything that it's going to generate revenue first. Everything that's going to generate revenue first. Everything that is going to create new revenue, then after that. At the end, should be answering emails. Answering those emails, it's just putting fires for your clients, not yours, your clients' fires. So be prepared. Look for a good system. Asana is one, Twilio is another one. Task managers are great. But the problem here is that you must set them up properly. Everything starts from the bottom up. Foundation. For every system, the way you set them up, it's the way that they're going to be efficient and respond and help you. If you set them up incorrectly or there's no setup done, how do you expect to make that system work for you? An email system. Dude, there's people that get 2,000 emails per day. I think I get over 500 emails per day. And that's because I purge and I have rules that eliminate certain emails. If not, I'm pretty sure I would get 1,000 emails per day minimum. Have a clear process or system for your emails. Don't have your emails at 2, 3, 4, 5 different cell phones, computers. You're not going to know how the hell or what you've already answered. Have a procedure for answering those emails. When do you answer them? How do you answer them? Always copy somebody in your team for every single email. What if you get in the car and, God forbid, knock on wood, you get into a car accident and you die? Well, no one's going to know where everything is at with your clients. So I actually copy every single email. There's a CC to somebody inside my office. Scheduling and calendars. What happened to me last weekend? This person has no scheduling system nor an accurate calendar. And I was actually going through my messages, and this company has 3 different phones where you can get a hold of them to schedule. Three different phones. So can you imagine that? So how can they keep an accurate scheduling and calendar system? Productivity sites. Those productivity sites are a hub. That's a system that I recommend. Microsoft Office, Google Suite. And they have interaction with your calendar. They have interaction with your emails. They have interaction with your to-do list. They have interaction with your accounting system. They have interaction with your payroll system. They have That's a hub. So I recommend you creating or getting one of those. This nuggets that I just gave you are going to help you manage and organize your business tremendously. I know that as a small business owner, solopreneur, entrepreneur, whatever you are, or whatever you want to call yourself, you have a shitload of things to do. You're wearing multiple hats. That's our belief, right? That's how we were brought up. Oh, my dad did everything in his company. Well, if you don't want to grow, then do everything on your own, right? But at least have these systems in place that are going to help you be more relaxed, help you manage your company, help you grow your empire. Okay, so it was great seeing you today. It was great being here with you today. Today, I want to say happy birthday, Carrie. Wishing you the best. I hope this is the best year for you up to date. And I hope we can see you pretty soon and take you to dinner and have some fun. And today's quote comes from Colin Powell. He's an American politician and first African-American Secretary of State. That's a big deal. And he said, "There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure." Wow. That's a big quote. It's been great seeing you today. Have a great afternoon. Carrie, again, happy birthday. And see you tomorrow. Bon appetit. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to Lunch with the Shark. If you would like to set up a consultation with the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa, visit his website www.invictus-advisors.com and don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn.